What is going on, gamers? Today we're going to go over patch 2.2 that came out in the cycle today, and overall I think the gamers of the cycle are going to enjoy the update because overall I feel like I saw a lot of complaints, whether it was in game or on Reddit, and I feel like a lot of those complaints were addressed in the patch notes that I read. So I'm gonna go over like the big things that are happening in the patch notes so that you guys are prepared on what's gonna be changed. And overall I think there's a lot of actually big changes that people will like. Maybe some people will dislike it, probably not, but overall let's get into the patch notes. Okay, to start off, I'm gonna link the patch notes in the description, but I'm just gonna go over everything that seemed big and what everyone would want to know. I did basically the highlights of what's in the patch notes. And to start off with that, we have basically the selling prices for materials and hard drives is getting increased. Basically what that means is the loot that you're getting in game will kind of hopefully by this improvement will make you feel like it's just more worth it to get loot, because then you could actually sell it for more and actually make more money. So for people who think that, you know, you're kind of getting stuff for no reason, which is also to me what I feel like sometimes, but at the end of the day I still end up selling those things. So overall we're going to be getting more money in the long haul. Next up in the patch notes that was pretty big, I thought, was the crafting for armor, backpacks, and helmets were changed. They didn't say exactly what was being changed, but I can only assume they're going to try and make it easier to craft certain things and overall make that less of a hassle, because I know for me, other than for like the medium backpack and like the strong stems, a lot of things you have to get a lot of stuff just to be able to craft these things, unless I'm personally doing it wrong. So overall I'm assuming they're gonna make it hopefully a little bit easier, but we'll see when it does come out. The next big thing that was in the patch notes that I'm sure you guys are all gonna be happy about is that they're trying to improve the lighting and audio. What that means, I'm sure, is hopefully that maybe shadows aren't too dark and things like that, because I know a lot of people are actually using like NVIDIA filters to be able to actually see in this game. I'm sure it's like a really small amount, but still that stuff is happening, and there has been complaints about like the lighting and not being able to see. So they are gonna and audio things have been like a problem that people have said, so they're making improvements to that. And also, just a little side note, they're gonna make the ray for the flashlight a little bit better, so I'm assuming the literal flashlight's gonna get a buff as far as like you can see more with it, but I thought I'd add that in there. Next in the patch notes that I wanted to go over was kind of like the weapons changes, and it is a lot, so you guys can check the link to the patch notes in the description to check all of the changes, because there's a lot, like I said. But overall, the mana core, the damage got buffed, so I thought you guys would not want to know that, because I feel like overall that's what a lot of people are using if you're not like super high up in the tier of weaponry that you're using, or like kind of if you're like not too far into the game and if you haven't put in a crap ton of hours yet, that is a gun you're going to be using a lot. As well as the bolt action got nerfed based on the mag size, not damage or anything that I saw, but the mag size is going from 8 to 4. So basically you're going to have to reload more, which takes more time. It takes more time away from the shooter so they don't get to shoot as much, as basically what's happening there. So the shotgun, or not the shotgun, the sniper is getting a kind of a nerf, but you know, it's still very deadly. And the Gorgon is getting nerfed as well, because that thing, absolutely insane. It railed me, and for good reason. It has insane armor penetration, but to go over that, the armor is actually getting a buff. Basically the shield rarity is gonna hopefully feel like more rare and more worth it, because there was a lot of complaints with the shield, and that the higher the shield you get, it wasn't really worth it because it didn't do the damage reduction you wanted from like the lower tier guns like the AR-55 or any of those guns. So overall they made a change to the armor system to where it'll reduce more damage the lower gun you have, and the high, basically like the distance between tiers will have more damage reduction. So overall, the higher tier loot armor you have and the lower tier gun you get hit by, you're gonna have a lot more damage reduction, almost 10%. So overall, armor is getting a buff, and it will be more useful the higher tier armor you do have. But we will all see like how this plays out in a game, and if it's like a lot of changes that we see, or if it's kind of slight changes. But I think overall these changes are super good. I love that they're like taking the feedback and kind of making the changes the players want. And honestly, I think this is a good patch. I hope it goes well over the players, and I hope that, you know, they keep doing things like this to make the game quality way better, because already I feel like this game is ready to go awesome, you know, and obviously there's improvements to be made like the ones they're doing now. So if they keep doing it, I think they're on the right track. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, definitely hit that subscribe button and check us out live on Twitch, where we're always grinding. But that's all I got for you guys.